Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymax, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be of about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's up, good people? How's it going? Welcome to Weird Wednesday. How you doing, Jamie?
Hey, I'm not doing too bad. Happy Lunar New Year, Year of the Snake, which is my zodiac.
I got a snake, man.
I am a snake, man.
How's everybody else doing this wackedly weird Wednesday? Hump day, middle of the week. You know, all that jazz. How did that saying come along? All that jazz. I don't know. Why isn't all that rock, all that acid rock, all that psychedelic rock? No, it's all that jazz.
Where did all that jazz originate? The phrase "all that jazz" is an item idiom that means "and other such things," or "and all sort of thing." The term's origins are unclear, but it was first printed in the 1959 Oxford English Dictionary. The phrase became popular in 75 when it was used as the title of the opening song of the musical Chicago.
Hmm.
So AI overview doesn't really know.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, but I'm gonna make some shit up.
I think I was going to pull a bunch of stuff out of the asses of all these other pages and just
Ass of
put something
AI.
out there. Yeah, everything's saying musical Chicago.
Huh. So a helicopter flew into a plane tonight, huh? I'm
Yes,
out of the loop. I missed that. What happened?
my mom just sent that to me as I was walking outside.
Hmm. I totally do not have a clue about that.
I think something was American Airlines plane crash near Washington. So, oh yeah, and that's what it was. I got the breakdown of how many people died and was living. It's a 60 passenger jet collides midair with a Black Hawk helicopter. Rescue efforts were underway. When was this one? I think like 4 people maybe lived, if I'm remembering. What's the most recent? 10 minutes ago.
And we want to have flying cars. I can't even
And
keep
we want to have flying helicopters and shit.
the airplanes in the sky.
Okay, they were carrying 64 people. They collided with a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter, and there's a video of it too.
Mm.
Outside of the Reagan National Airport as it approached the runway, according to the FAA and defense officials. Fatalities have been confirmed, and rescuers have not yet pulled any survivors from the water, a law enforcement source said. The source says the plane is in pieces in the water, and the helicopter is in the water nearby. The plane, American Airlines Flight 5342, had 60 passengers and 4 crew members on board. It was the 3 soldiers were on board the helicopter, which was a training flight. But let me see. I don't know. That's stupid CNN. My mom, she probably got better stats. She said, what the hell? Did you just hear that? It sounded like a train. At least 4 survivors were pulled from the river, 60 passenger, 4 crew. Did you hear that though?
No, I didn't.
It sounded like a loud ass train horn. And the train, sometimes you hear the train, but it's like way the hell on the other side.
Yeah, exactly. Who was on the plane? Probably
Right?
some scientist with the cure for cancer or something.
I was going to look it up as I was walking for my mini walk, but then I had to look some stuff up for the car and didn't get to investigate that very much. I still haven't gotten into YouTube yet.
I saw somebody ask me, is Ariana? Somebody asked me how the weather was here, if the weather was bad. No, the weather was beautiful today. It's been nice the last couple of days. 53 right now. It was nice and sunny. The skies were nice and blue, and they were full of planes flying to and fro, leaving all kinds of trails behind them, and now it smells like burning tires outside. Don't know
We
what
had
that.
a nice kind of spring day today. It was like in the 60s, but it felt kind of springy. But yeah, there was the planes every so often, you know. Was those frozen alligators real?
Yeah. Yeah, the water can freeze over, and alligators they'll still lay in the water, and they'll just poke their nose up so they can breathe.
And did it go into like a hibernative stage, like slow down?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Yeah. Any reptilian, yeah, that you know, they just don't freeze and fall out of trees like the iguanas do down in South Florida. And we don't really have iguanas around here. I mean, there's a couple here and there, but they're like escape pet iguanas. They're not. Gets too cold here for them to survive.
Because
So
are alligators warm blood or cold blood? They're warm, right?
they are reptilian. I mean, they'll, you know, they breathe air. They can stay underwater for a long time, but they got to breathe air. So I saw a thing the other day that was interesting, talking about cats, how cats are like they're like one of the only things, like snakes have, you know, slitted eyes usually. Not all snakes, but
you mean the
a lot.
pupil?
Yeah. And you know, a few reptile lizards and stuff have slitted eyes, and cats kind of have the same like eye shape a lot as reptiles. Kind of weird article that I was reading.
It is true. They do. And like, you can watch as like they'll even change that they go to the slit and then they'll go big and round
Yeah, yeah,
depending. But like Bootsy actually has like white on the ends, like human eyes. I've got a couple of cats that almost have human eyes, which is really creepy. You'll watch like the you see them adjust and do these
yeah,
crazy things. Like there's like 300 layers to a cat's eye, and when you watch it, it's like holy cow! Like what do they actually see?
yeah. Weird.
But I never thought of that, that it is like a reptile's eyes.
Yeah, there's not too many. You know, like cats. I mean, you think they come from, you know, tigers and lions and whatnot, but tigers and lions don't have those kind of eyes. They have
No,
round eyes, you know. They're round
really.
eye. Oh, round eye. Yeah. Yeah, cats are definitely shapeshifters. They're weird. They're weird creatures, for sure.
That's why only certain people can handle them.
Yep.
There's cat people, dog people. I'm both people, but I understand cats.
Yep.
Some people don't understand the
I
temperament
used
of
to
a
always
cat.
have, yeah, I used to always have cats. Got one tattooed on my arm, but I don't have any now. Everybody keeps trying to give me a cat. I had a dream that we had a Siamese cat. I'm like, no.
I don't want to say dogs are easier, but dogs are so loving. They go to, I mean, it's hard to connect with a cat and get the
Yeah,
cat to want to fuck with you.
yeah, yeah. Cats are, you know, they'll come get in your lap and be all, you know, snuggly and cute and cuddly, and then you know you're petting them, and they want you to pet them, and then you know you just watching TV and petting them, and then they just bite the shit out of you.
Or they're just done. Like, they're
Yeah,
kind of like women,
touch me.
in a way.
Yeah, don't touch
Like,
me.
if you can't handle women, you certainly can't handle cats.
Yeah, I got
My
that.
my familiars. Donkey donkey. Yes, dogs are unconditional. My cats, though, like once they love you, though, they're unconditional. But like, I have like a little harem in here,
Yeah,
except
cats are
one.
cats are definitely more independent than dogs.
Mm-hmm.
They can just be like, yeah, you know, I'm over here. This is my space. You know,
And
dogs
they're
are like,
kind
can I get in your lap? Can I get in your lap? Can I get in your lap?
and they're kind of mysterious.
You can leave for, you know, 10 minutes or like 6 hours, and you come back and the dog's like glad to see you, you know. And
The
a lot of
cat's
times,
in the same spot.
yeah, the cat's just like, oh, you're back, dickhead.
Puts its head back down. No, mine get up and greet me and start telling me what to do. It took Jason a very long time, and I still don't know if he actually believes it. But to actually admit that cats do have a soul,
Yep, yep,
he finally does say it, but I don't know if he fully believes it.
yeah, yeah. We had one
He's
cat. It
just,
was a Siamese cat. It was, yeah, I liked it. Darcy, she was like, that cat was a pain in the ass, and
why
she's the
was
one
it
who kicked
chatty
it out.
or needy, right?
Oh my god, it was chatty, chatty. It would go in the bathroom
A
because it kind of,
characteristic.
yeah, it would go in the bathroom and just sit in the bathroom by herself and just go wow wow wow. It's like she just liked to hear her voice in the bathroom, and it was like really loud.
That's a characteristic of him. My mom's got Harley, a flame tip Siamese. So he's white with kind of like orange markings. But that cat is needy as F. He floats around like just special little Harley. Can't go out. It certainly can't go outside because his ding dong. ass will just go fluttering along, but he's always needing something, always
Yeah.
wants my mom, always talking. I wake up at 3 in the morning, go hurry up, grab something to drink, come back. There's Harley following me down the hall, wanting to hang out. Like, dude, do you sleep?
Yep.
Better acoustics in the bathroom. Well, I don't put my animals outside just because of all the predators, including human predators and animal predators that we have out here. But I do have a shed sanctuary with cat fencing around the back so they can go from in their house to a little backyard with trees and such. Um, I don't put things that I love and just put them out to chance. My friend lives in New Mexico, and he was near, and this is when the people's migrants and stuff started coming over, or illegals started coming over and grouping up like right by his house. And this was New Mexico, not Iowa or Idaho, whatever. But his cat was missing for quite a while. And finally, his cat came back, and he was very broken and beat up, and someone had taken his eye out. So the cat was in very bad shape. You can tell somebody had been sitting there torturing it. It wasn't done by an animal. So now the cat's got like the eye sewed up and he's okay now and everything. But
Yeah.
things get out, and that's because there's a camp nearby, and people, were saying, "Oh no, that stuff's not happening."
Yeah.
There's videos of them eating the bald eagles, and like all sorts of people that were talking about their pets becoming missing and stuff that had these places nearby. But that's like now, and people drive so fast on this street, and I see cats like walking in the gutter. It's like it's just gonna be a matter of time.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty awful the other day. I went up to this disc golf park in Jacksonville. It's the first time I ever played up there, and it's it's like in the middle of the city, in a neighborhood area, sort of, and it's like urban disc golfing. It's kind of cool, but there's this little park setting that kind of goes. So you got to go under overpasses and all these different areas, and we're getting ready to tee off on a box, and one of my friends goes, "Hey, look at that big osprey up there, man. That's so cool looking." And there's big like telephone pole, and there's this big, huge osprey up there. And I'm like, "Oh man, looks like he's got something in his claw."
Oh, I was thinking of the military osprey plane, not the bird.
Yeah, yeah. This is a big old bird, and we start looking, and it was pretty savage. He's got another bird that he's basically sitting on, and he is ripping him apart and eating him.
Holy cow!
I was like, wow, that's Mother Nature and full graphic effect right there.
That's
First,
what
you
I
look
had
up there and it's like, a nice, pretty, big, huge bird. And then you really start looking and he's ripping apart another animal that's alive. It's brutal.
That's when you hope your body really does like put a fear chemical, like when you have an NDE that makes like that same feeling of like not giving a shit anymore. Like I hope that's something that's like natural that goes into like things, as
Yeah.
they're being eaten alive. Like that's horrible. Why would God do that? Like, if it's going to be part of the food chain, make something so terrifying and horrible.
Yeah.
So it's got to be like a chemical release, like an NDE, or when you have like that really, really bad anxiety panic attack and you have that chemical dump.
Yeah.
I freak out when my cat even gets away from me. Like some of these people are like catching stuff just to trap because they don't like wildlife in their backyard.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot going on, and I'll let the cats come out on the grass with me because I have them trained really well. But once in a while, if I'm not paying attention, they know it. One makes a break for it,
Yeah.
gets over the fence, and it's like, God damn it. You know, I gotta find that thing. And the other day, she jumped over the neighbor's fence, and I'm just like, walked around. I like unlatched her. I just ran through the backyard. Get your ass, running like a gazelle through these people's yard.
Yeah.
And ran back out. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and worry about your ass freezing cold and shit. And there's like a bunch of punks and people just drive like shit out here, driving up on the sidewalk.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. That's why I see just driving on 95 going to Jacksonville the last few days, last week, couple of weeks, man. People drive like complete, just like ridiculous. So I could just see flying cars, and that's going to be a shit show.
Well, it's like a curved park. So like as you're going down like the straight part of the street, it like turns. And as the road turns, the park like kind of turns with it. So kids will be crossing the like you'll be going straight, and if you hit the turn fast enough, that side will be a kid maybe crossing the park, you know, because they have soccer games. That's a soccer park. So kids can be crossing there all the time, and animals either way will cross. And these cars, like the other night, one was going like 95, just right down the street.
Yeah.
You don't want to flip them off or tell them slow the F down, because then they're going to, you know, pop your tires or something.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn.
Really. Well, my first article that I'm going to do, it's an old one, but it's still going on, if that makes sense. And it's one of these things I've been deep diving into the last few days. I got started on it, read an article, and then I've been watching all these YouTube videos. I've watched some of them before, but I watched some of them again, and it is, you guys know who Kenny Veach is? He's the guy. Desert hiker goes searching for a mysterious cave shaped like an M, leaving more questions than answers. So yeah, this is what this is weird too, because I've been reading articles and watching videos, and just out of the blue the other day, Sam texts me and she's like, "Hey, do you know anything about the M cave?" And I'm like, "You're such a weirdo."
I started to, but I didn't jump that far down.
Yeah, it's out, you know, it's kind of not like right by Area 51, but kind of out in that way. And then this is the guy. He is the guy. And he's at a mine shaft right here. And yeah, you've never heard of this one. It's an interesting one. It's got a few different angles. And let's just jump into it. That ain't nothing. I'm a long distance hiker. One time during one of my hikes out by Nellis Air Force Base, I found a hidden cave. The entrance to the cave was shaped like a perfect capital M. I always enter every cave I find, but as I began to enter this particular cave, my whole body began to vibrate. The closer I got to the cave entrance, the worse the vibrating became. Suddenly, I became very scared and hightailed it out of there. That was one of the strangest things that ever happened to me. In late 2014, these words were posted to a YouTube video titled Son of an Area 51 Technician. The man behind the screen was Las Vegas resident and avid hiker Kenny Veach, using the screen name Snakebit McGee. Unbeknownst to him at the time, his comment would set in motion a series of events that would lead to one of Nevada's most puzzling urban legends. Kenny's comment sparked interest like wildfire. After posting his original comment, several YouTube users encouraged the hiker Kenny to seek out the cave and enter it again. It's dangerous. Go do it again. Okay. This time documenting his hike and providing evidence of his strange discovery. He obliged. He set off to find the mysterious cave for a second time, armed with a 9mm handgun and a video camera. Upon his return, he posted a video of his discoveries. Much to the dismay of these following his claims, he was unable to locate the cave, and his video didn't seem to reveal any clues to the mysterious M cave he had discussed in his original comment. His video was met with much criticism, and YouTube commenters both encouraged and provoked him to try for a third time to seek out the cave. Kenny, again, obliged, though one comment would stand out among all the others as an ominous foretelling. It read, "Do not go back there. If you find that cave entrance, do not go in. You won't get out." So the prophecy. On November 10th of 2014, Kenny set off on his last hike. He told his family he was going for a short overnight trip, though he would never return. His disappearance would soon turn up on a Las Vegas news station, and the search was on. Kenny was not new to desert hiking or spelunking. He claims to have hiked exclusively in the area, even leaving several YouTube comments on the Area 51 video detailing his experience. After his cell phone was found, the trail would unfortunately go cold. Kenny was never found, leading to much speculation on how he died. The mysterious circumstances of his death fueled the internet with conspiracy theories of every shape and color. Had Kenny fallen down a mine shaft? Had he discovered a hidden entrance to Area 51? Had he stumbled upon some great military secret? What was the cave connected to? Aliens? Or had he simply succumbed to the elements? So this is the mine shaft, and it's about I think it's about 4.5 miles from where you got to park out in the desert, and then you're hiking. So they found the last of his whereabouts. They found his cell phone and his video camera at this mine shaft. So if he left from here, either it was really hot and he was delirious and he forgot his cell phone and his video camera, or he didn't want anyone to contact him or track him on his cell phone, or maybe did he fall down the mine shaft? There's all kinds of videos if you go on YouTube and, look up M Cave. I watched, I don't know how many videos in the last few days about it, because I've been
I
staying.
wondered if he even got grabbed or something.
He could have. His girlfriend says that he killed himself because she said he told her that he could go out in the desert and nobody would ever find him if he shot himself. And he does have a gun. This is one of the last pictures, and there's his gun right there. But they never found him. They never found a gun. They never found anything.
What would he do? Like bury himself to a point and then like shoot himself?
I don't know.
I mean, how would you not get found or have like remains or clothes scattered
Yeah.
if they did a burial search?
There's been a lot of people. I mean, this was 2014. So this is 12 years ago now. And there's still people searching, still people going out in the desert and searching for him. And there's supposedly there's been human remains found out there.
Well, there's going to be a crap ton of human remains found.
Yeah. Some people think he just disappeared. Like he had a, like, and when I say disappeared, like he just went off grid, because there's a few videos that said he's been found alive, you know, in a different state, different country, whatever.
But that always comes up in missing cases. He's told so many people where he's going to be. People have said, oh no, go back here again, go back here again. Anybody could have known where he was going to be. And well, would they have known where he was going to be? Ish.
Well, yeah.
To be able to like meet him up there and like like grab him, kidnap him, and just like left his phone there so he wouldn't be tracked.
Yeah, anything's possible. And
what if people don't want him searching it, and like some sort of man in black, you know, like some sort of deep state or whoever the hell knew, or CIA knew he was doing this and said, you need to stop playing around with all this, and they took him.
Yeah, I mean that's a, you know, it's close by to Area 51.
That's kind of what I feel more than him just killing himself. I mean, because people were telling him to go. He wasn't just wanting to go.
Yeah. But his girlfriend, like I watched the video last night, and they were deep diving on her, you know, and she has all these she had a business license and was running this like life coaching business and this and that, and all of her licenses didn't last very long and they were revoked. And the guy's like, everything on her LinkedIn account just screams con man, you know?
Really?
And, yeah. So it's a whole wishy-washy thing. And, you know, there's videos. I just saw one tonight. What's that?
Like an ID. It's going to be an ID channel thing later.
Yeah. So, yeah, there just saw a video tonight that said, you know, he's been found alive. And there's another guy I watched that he's been out there several times. He went, parked the car. He starts hiking out there. He gets to this area, you know, and it from here, it's another several miles to the point where this M cave is supposedly at. And he gets there, finally gets there to it. And he's like, you know, it's hot as hell out here today. It's like 103 degrees. And he's got water, this big backpack. He's got food, some fruit, other stuff. You know, so, I mean, he's not just some random tourist out there, you know, going out in the middle of the desert. He's pretty well equipped, and he's a hiker, you know, so he knows what he's doing. But he gets to what he thinks is the cave that this guy Kenny found, except it's, I don't want to say boarded up, but it's rocked up. It looks like somebody, something or whatever has placed rocks there.
Like they do like the back of mine shafts and things.
Yeah. And they try to make it look natural, but it's not. You can just tell it's not. It's been put there somehow. So he thinks this is the cave, and this is why this guy Kenny couldn't find it, because somebody blocked it off after his first video. And there's, you know, little hole, and he's trying to kind of look in it with the camera. And he's like, well, you know, all right, this is it. I'm pretty sure this is the spot. And, you know, I got to get out of here because I don't want to be hiking out of here in the dark. So, you know, it's got, you know, a timeline that keeps coming up. So he gets ready to leave to start hiking back to his truck, which is, I don't know, 8 miles or something, 8 or 10 miles away. And he gets in his backpack and he takes a bite of a peach that he has in there, and he's like, all of a sudden he's like, whoa, man, I don't feel good. And he's like, got the camera, and he's just like, man, I feel like I'm, and he just starts puking. So the whole walk back to the truck, this guy's puking his guts out, and he's like, I gotta keep moving because I don't want to be out here in the pitch dark, and he still ends up walking the last couple of miles in the pitch dark, and he's saying like he can hear things like walking with him, and there's all these legends of and all this shit that goes along with it, that people have been out there and they hear things following them, and everybody's that's been out there said when they get to this one point where that cave supposedly is, they feel like they're being watched, like a hardcore I'm being watched creepy feeling.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and apparently he's like, dude, I don't ever puke. I don't know what's going on with me. I don't ever barf like this. It's like, was it a peach bad? What's going on? He's like, this didn't start happening until I started looking in the cave. I don't know. It's a weird story. Yeah, if you haven't checked it out, there's lots and lots of videos on it. Just look up M Cave or look up this guy's name, and it's Kenny Veach, like beach, but with a V instead of a B. Yeah, it's an interesting, one of those interesting unsolved mysteries. And it could be, like I say, it could be as simple as, he had some debts and some other stuff, and he could have just said, hey, I'm going hiking, and planned a disappearance, and he could be living large somewhere else. He could have fallen down a mine shaft. He could have been sucked into a portal in the cave. He could have been Men in Black suited, and he could be in Area 51 being turned into a governmental guinea pig.
So there were mine shafts nearby where he was at, though, that he could have just fallen into, that he wouldn't have brought his phone, like he would have went checked, like walking off without his stuff and just fell into a hole.
Well, just this one that's in the picture. I mean, there wasn't a bunch of them around there, but
that doesn't seem like hella probable then.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he jumped down the mine shaft. Who knows? I don't know.
Like, thought he could, like, well, I guess if he saw carvings, and like some rope, because I know, guys, the land that we lived on had Livermore coal mine shaft. An original one was hella cool. And we would go spelunking down it and everything. And just a bunch of teenagers, some rope and some harness and stuff lowering us down in these like deep ass holes. We don't know what's at the bottom.
Yeah.
But sometimes people do that stuff alone.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe he would leave his phone at the top, maybe in case he dropped it. But wouldn't he want to maybe document what he saw down there? I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows?
If he was going to die, don't you think he would have left like a video message so it wasn't so weird and made his family like have to wonder so much?
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing is, his family is like, they don't have any answers,
That's what we need to do our next ITC on.
Yeah, we could definitely do that.
Let's do it next week. We're going to do Voices from Beyond, and you know the case well, so you come up with like 10 good questions you think.
Yeah.
And I'll ask your questions on my end, and you ask your questions on your end, and we'll do that one for fun just to see.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And we haven't done it in a while, and I've been itching for us to do some ITC, but I haven't been inspired by anything besides just sitting there and letting it run.
Yeah.
We could even do it twice, like do it on something we know is going to give answers.
Yep.
Like one of Keith's apps, and then we could even run it through like the new STD or something. We could just do it like on my computer too, or
Yeah.
however, to see what that one says. Just, we'd have 4 pieces, but we have multiple things to compare it to.
Yeah. Cool.
So let's do it. Okay.
Let's do it.
I brought this up last week. Say shorty. I think it's kind of silly. I think if you're going to put anything on the endangered list, it's like put the damn earth, but okay. And who keeps track of this endangered list? Moon put on endangered list over fears that Elon and Jeff could ruin it. The moon has been put on a list of endangered heritage sites amid fears Elon and his space cronies could ruin it. Space scientists fear the moon could be damaged badly if private space firms continue trying to get it and filter away parts of it. The World Monuments Fund say there are 90 key areas where hundreds of artifacts are currently laying strewn across its surface. Heritage chiefs fear the new era of spaceflight led by the likes of Elon and Jeff will trample over and ease historic 1960s and 70s landings. They are now seeking for rules to protect areas on the celestial body, including putting protection orders on areas such as Tranquility Base, the site of the first moon landing in 1969, which still has Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin's footprints in the dust. Benedict, the World Monument Fund's president, said the moon seems so far outside our scope, but with humans venturing more and more into space, we think it's the right time to get ourselves organized. It's the first time that we have received an outer space nomination, and for us it was a surprise too. There's definitely momentum, and it is indeed very timely because we are entering a new age of space exploration. NASA plans to put humans back on the moon. They can't even get the 2 out right now. Through this decade, through its Artemis missions, which I thought they said they canceled. The space agency also wants, didn't they say they're canceling that?
I think so, yeah.
The space agency also wants to build a permanent base on Earth's natural satellite to help prepare for possible human missions to Mars. Other countries are also pushing for lunar missions. Did you, off subject kind of, hear the story the other day about how they thought they spotted a meteorite and they're saying it was the Roadster?
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe it or not, but I thought that it just still made me laugh.
Yeah, I mean, does a car? I mean, Elon put a car up in space. One of his cars, 7 years ago or something.
Do you think that really happened?
I don't. Supposedly, I don't know.
I assumed it did, but then it's well, did he? How do we know?
He said it was on the rocket that was dispersing satellites, and he put a car on there and pooped it out in space. So yeah, there's a Tesla Roadster just floating around in orbit. I'm wondering, does you know, does it rust up there? I mean, does it deteriorate? You know, I mean, is it in the same? It's not in the same element as it would be here, you know, on Earth.
Well, oxygen causes rust, right?
Yeah,
So do you think, can it rust? Yeah.
I
There's
don't know.
rust in space, isn't there? Like, don't they
I don't.
find rust on rocks? No.
Maybe.
I don't know. I think
I
you
don't
need
know.
oxygen.
I still don't know if we ever went to the moon or not.
Yeah. That's
I
why I
used,
tripped on the footprints. Like,
yeah, I used to fully believe that we did, without a doubt. I was just,
without a doubt.
but nowadays I don't. I have my doubts, and it seems crazy, you know.
It's like
But just
either
like this picture, you know, they showed video from it, and the flag is like waving, like it's windy, but supposedly there's no wind.
and it would have to be like standing straight, like, and it wouldn't be out, it would be going up.
Yeah,
And the shadows of the flags are like that way, and then the shadows of that dude are behind him.
yeah, yeah. There's just a lot of weirdness about it, you know, and who knows? Maybe light is different in space
Yeah,
and all that, but I don't know, man. The more
that's right.
I read, the more I hear about it, the less I believe.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, Buzz Aldrin with that little girl. Well, it's because we didn't go. Like, what? What did he just say? You didn't mean it like that. It's like, well, how the fuck else could you mean it?
It kind of sounded like he meant it like that.
A yes or no question. But yeah, you know, I mean, is the moon in danger? Like I've said before, like we both said, you know, I mean, just with SpaceX, Elon Musk, whatever company is doing it, how many satellites are? I mean, there's a shit, thousands of satellites up there now.
I believe
And
there's more than they say.
yeah, and you know, I mean, here we are, we're shooting rockets up there, you
And
know,
the
and
rocket bodies stay.
yeah, parts of that. I mean, his new deal is he's got the booster engines that go put the rocket up there, and then they return and catch them here. That's pretty badass accomplishments, you know. But still, there's parts of the rocket that, you know, come off up in space after they burn and they're dislodged, and they're just space junk, you know, space garbage. What's the difference in, you know, shooting a rocket up there and space garbage? What's the difference in that than just rolling down the road and throwing your McDonald's bag out the window? It's the same thing, just in a different place, you know. So when is it gonna? Where's the limit to where we're gonna be shooting a rocket off up into space and it's gonna hit something, or shit's gonna start falling and hitting us, one or the other? Just like
And
that
when you,
article I did last week with the big giant ring that fell from space, you know?
yeah, that big gasket thing. And when you look at the apps, it shows like the rocket bodies everywhere. It shows like satellites from uh like Japan 1970 something, and this
Yeah.
is Hubble, the Hubble Space Telescope. I just clicked on 1990 launch date. And there's just so many. It's they
Yeah, like,
actually have to filter them out now just so you can see where everything's at.
yeah. Before, when you used to bring up that app, it would just show you, you know, all the stars and planets and stuff. Now it's just like, it's so hard to find anything.
like zoom in hella tight to like, get in between all the rockets and such.
Yeah.
And China was gonna make that machine like to grab and fling the garbage. They're like, we're tired of this. We're just gonna fling any garbage we get by. And I kind of didn't blame them,
Yeah.
Like space is supposed to be for everybody.
So here's something completely different from my last article. And I got a little follow up on this one as well. Let me see if I can get this to play right.
Oh Lord, my God, when I get
If you don't know who Bob Joyce is, he's a preacher that a lot of people say is Elvis Presley. That's not crazy, is it? Anyways, reasons I believe Bob Joyce is in fact Elvis Presley. Third, he was at Elvis's daughter's funeral with an entourage of bodyguards. One of his sons could be Elvis's twin. His other son is an Elvis impersonator. He refuses to take a DNA test. Says he's writing a book that will explain everything, but won't release it till he dies. No photos or history of him before 2011. Ironically, that was the same year Elvis would have been released from witness protection. Many physical resemblances. Tunes his guitar the same as Elvis. Called himself Elvis by accident during one of his sermons. So, is Bob really Elvis? Who knows, right?
Send me that video, please, so I can send it to my mom.
All right. So then just today, just randomly, you know how you click on one thing and it just automatically knows what you're looking at and sends you down the rabbit hole. Well, today I found another video, but this one, if you thought that one was crazy, this other one is definitely crazy. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I was just going to talk about it, but let me see if I can find it real quick. Might as well, right? I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, if you thought that last one was crazy. No, I'm not finding it. Anyways, Tyler is the flat earther guy. I play some of his videos occasionally. And he has a video where he says Bob Joyce is not Elvis, blah, blah, blah. He's like, you can put both of these faces together. Has anybody seen this that I'm about to talk about? You can put both of these faces together. And he said faces don't line up as perfectly like this unless they're the same face. And this will open up a whole can of worms, because the guy that supposedly could be Elvis, I don't see how this would even be possible. But Trump has said he looks like Elvis, like himself. And Tyler put their faces together and they match up astonishingly well. Same eyes, same nose, same mouth, same teeth, same pigment spots on their face and neck. Everything lines up just perfectly. It's pretty bizarre.
I just found a video like that where they circled all the commonalities. I want that one of him singing though to show my mom.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I don't know. You know, it's kind of weird. That's another one. I found that a long time ago. And it's pretty weird that, you know, the guy he's writing a book, but he's not going to release it until he dies. And he said it will explain everything. And it just goes like the whole moon thing, like everything that you've been taught, you know, that whatever, pick a topic, any topic, the moon, JFK.
This was so gospel. That was his influence.
Yeah. Martin Luther King. I mean, fucking what's her name? Marilyn Monroe, like all these conspiracies, theories. What if they're all real? The moon landing. Elvis what if Elvis is not really dead? You know, I'm not saying he is, but I'm saying what if? You know, like our whole everything has just been one big ass lie. What would that do? You know, it's no wonder they can't tell the truth about things, because, you know, people might freak out. But there's the link to that video if anybody wants it. And it does sound like him singing. Does kind of look like him if he was aged. Could be. Did Elvis fall down a mine shaft? Was he sucked into a portal? Did he just go off grid?
Nothing surprises me anymore.
I say that.
I'm not going to be shocked.
Yeah.
I might be like, whoa, what? For a second, but like, all right.
Yeah. Be like, told you so. I still, I don't know. There's still part of me that would be like, Elvis is found alive. And I'm like, are you serious? Are you for real? Even though, you know,
I would do DNA and everything matched, all of it. It'd still be like, wait, what?
Yeah. It's like, this guy won't do a DNA test. You know, he's writing a book that'll explain everything, but not going to release it till he dies. It's like, is he just like, you know, an Elvis doppelganger and he's just like playing it for all it's worth? Or is he really Elvis? Yeah.
And does he have to send the money too? Because say he like puts out the book, he's not going to be there to make money off of the book at the end.
Yeah.
So who would all of that go to? Bootsy Stop.
Yeah, like Debbie says, Robin Williams, Elvis, Jim Morrison, hell, Hitler for that matter. Did Hitler really die? Or did he go to,
That's a question.
with Hitler? Oh, yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, his mannerisms are like it. He looks a lot like him, sounds a lot like him.
And his
Doesn't mean it's him.
growing up was all gospel. Like he came from the churches.
Mm-hmm.
That's where he's comfortable.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird.
So it's just another weird, part of the coincidence.
It's like, what if Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson, Prince,
Marilyn Monroe.
Robin Williams, Marilyn Monroe, what if they're all still alive and they were just, I don't know. I think some of them were.
Some of them getting old up there anyway.
Yeah. I don't think Marilyn Monroe just overdosed on her own.
No. There's fishy behind that. Fishy.
Yeah. You're thinking of Chester Bennington from.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Limp Bizkit. That's Fred Durst. He's still alive. Yeah, was I saying last week? I was talking to you, somebody. When I was doing Weight Watchers, Fred Durst's mom was my Weight Watchers coach. Anita. She's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
She's always like, yeah, Fred's always like buying me. He bought me a Tesla and this and that. And he came and gave me these really nice coats and purse. I just wish he'd just hang around the house more. I don't need anything. He just like come around more.
Aw. See, I don't need all this stuff. Just chill. I want to see my son.
Just like the house that he bought me is pretty nice though.
I was just gonna say, like, pays the mortgages and all that's a pretty cool deal too, but
yeah.
I like him to come kicking in it.
Yeah, Chester from Lincoln Park. There you go. Chester, and what's right after him was Chris. Was it Chris Cornell?
Cornell.
Yeah. Chester was one of those that was really like talking a lot about, the whole
child
sex trafficking and child, thing. And yeah.
Well, have you
kills himself.
Have you seen those conspiracies where there was like 8 or 9 different people that were working on that documentary, and all of them something happened to?
Yeah, they all ate some bad biscuits and all decided to get in car wrecks or kill themselves.
Yeah, I can't remember how it goes, but it's like, okay, this documentary is going to come out, and like every key player in this is like dead now.
Yeah, that doesn't seem out of the ordinary. That doesn't seem strange, does it?
You never know. Everything's so crazy and Hollywood, and a lot of
the whole thing with the whole Diddy thing, and people like Cat Williams talking about it, and like he's like, I'm sure I'm on a bunch of people's list. If anything happens to me, I did not kill myself.
Yeah. The weird Scientology background to it. A lot of weird, dark stuff.
Yeah. If you watch any Cat Williams interviews, he did one with Joe Rogan, and he's been on there a couple of times. And I forget the other guy's name that he did, but yeah, he dives deep into some of that stuff.
Which is surprising. I give anybody props that'll speak up, because that puts them in a target on them for real.
As weird and awkward as what the hell's his name? Corey Haim.
Oh, Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman. Yeah.
Yeah.
As weird as he is, he's got a lot to say about Hollywood.
Well, when you hear all that, it kind of makes, because I used to hate on that kid so much. I hated on that kid. And then I heard the stories. It's like, oh my God, like how much of that went into that?
Yeah.
Because it does stuff to you. And then, like, who was it? Macaulay, not Macaulay, Justin Bieber, talking about being young and around these people, and you would start to get a feel for who the bad guys were. Like there'd be certain rich people that would come through, and you knew who to stay away from. And when you got a little older, and if you had enough of a following, they would kind of leave you alone more. But he would get worried about the new ones that would come in that didn't have as much of a following and wouldn't be as big of a deal if something happened. And that there was a group of guys that always wore red shoes. And he said that the red shoes, they all looked the same. And they started noticing that these red shoes all looked the same. There was just something to it. And certain people wore them, and it was like this weird secret, and it turned out it was, and it just, he said that the leather just didn't look right. There was just something odd about it, and they were specially made. Well, they were made out of the skin of dead child actors. And that's where, if you look up the Red Shoe Club, like on Telegram or something, you'll be mortified. Look up Living Dolls too, but look up Red Shoe Club. And you think about Louis Vuittons, the red bottoms. They call them, those are bloody shoes. But these things that these people have held on to, and then you wonder, like, why Britney Spears freaks out, why Justin Bieber got to a certain age and started saying the things he said and went completely the other direction and started going to church and everything, like.
Yeah. And, as crazy as that sounds, it's like they're not making shoes out of kids' skins. Nobody would do that. Well, hey, the fucking Nazis made fucking lampshades and all kinds of shit out of people's skin. So it ain't like it ain't never happened before.
Yeah, it's definitely something that happened. In fact, there's some other things that I have seen pictures of. I'm not going to say it because it's going to make probably people have really bad nightmares.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why it's such a big deal to find these children, which supposedly a bunch of the children have been found so far. Of the 320,000 at least illegal children that were pulled out, like, what was it, 75, 65 or 75? That means the Democrats knew all along where these kids have been, and they're sold to sex trafficking rings and pedophilia rings and things like that. They need to look into the North Carolina and Maui still, because people on the Working Ground Zero said they would see people leaving, like kids leaving with like FEMA people that were never seen again, and like just Maui, they were just gone. And they would ask about it, and like the higher ups, the police chiefs, all that, they just would not answer the questions. Where are these kids? They just would not say anything. And so there's something really bad going on. They found the underground smuggling tunnels like near Mexico and down south, the smuggling tunnels. But there's going to be probably a big bust. I just don't know why they're not making it more public.
Yeah.
They won't say it on mainstream media. You have to look in other places, but I verified, and I tried hard to find verification. I found a Fox News ad, and then like Instagram or Newsmax actually talked about it the next day, but people aren't reporting on it like you would think they would be.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh yeah, there's a special place in hell for them, for sure, Debbie.
I hope so.
So this guy here, he calls himself a hero.
Mm.
Is this the gift that you would? I mean, is this really a gift? Gift that doesn't keep on giving? Surgeon and
He obviously doesn't know how to properly wear a face mask.
that is true. Why? I don't even know. Surgeon and father of 3 performs a vasectomy, and there was a video. I didn't use it. And there is something kind of graphic. There's going to be a pop-up later with a woman in a hairball telling you now, when we say the hairball story, if you're squeamish, you're not going to want to look at the thumbnail. And again, I saved you from the video. Surgeon and father of 3 performs a vasectomy on himself as a gift for his wife. I am really brave, he says in quotes. Just call him the Sperminator. Just in case you thought stitching yourself up was hard, plastic surgeon Chen in Taiwan made men of the world wince after giving himself a vasectomy on camera, as seen in Instagram footage with 4 million views. It was a strange feeling to touch and suture my own urethra, declared the chop doc in the AL translated caption of the nail-biting clip, which he uploaded to the platform for educational purposes. I am really brave, he replied to viewers on Instagram. The father of 3 had decided to get snipped as a gift to his wife to ensure the couple didn't have any more offspring. The fertile fellow opted for a vasectomy, a form of male birth control in which the surgeon cuts and seals the tubes that carry sperm, thereby preventing fertilization during sex. They can even go like a step more than that, and they will actually cauterize the ends of it, and that makes sure nothing goes through. Vasectomy has a low risk of problems and can usually be performed in an outpatient setting under local anesthesia, they write. However, unlike most patients, Dr. Chen decided to go the do-it-yourself route for his prophylactic procedure. Ready, set, snip.
Yikes.
The unconventional tutorial shows the surgeon in his chair performing the op on himself as he casually talks viewers through the process, as if doing a makeup tutorial. After applying anesthetic, it's one of those words I can't say right now, anesthetic cream, to numb the genitals, the fully conscious Dr. Chen carries out the self-surgery using a scalpel and surgical clamp. While the procedure looked excruciating, the surgeon only visibly displayed discomfort once, leaning back in his chair in apparent pain. He then gathers his tools and resumes the operation. While vasectomies typically last between 10 to 30 minutes per the Mayo Clinic, Dr. Chen said his took twice as long because he performed it on his own anatomy. Thankfully, his master spay, like spay and neuter, I guess, masturbation method proved successful. Despite some initial pain and discomfort the night after surgery, Dr. Chen said he felt fine the following morning. Many commenters praised the self-sufficient surgeon for his bravery. It's really awesome, gushed one fan, while another warned others not to try this at home. Will there be a
No.
video of an obstetrician and her gynecologist delivering her own birth later? They already do. Meanwhile, some critics wondered about the legality of disarming one's phallus. He's a doctor. If he wants to cut his own dick off, can he?
I suppose he
Or-
can.
Or not cut it off, but is there a law against performing surgery on yourself? I think he'd be smart enough to look that up before he actually videotaped, but who knows? Fortunately, a preliminary investigation by health officials found that there were no legal issues involved in his contraceptive stunt. Dr. Chen said his do-it-yourself procedure was overseen by a urologist who would have taken over if anything went awry. Okay, well, there you go.
There you have it. That's just nuts, man. I still remember one of my best friends who passed away, unfortunately, but he went and had a vasectomy, and I was like, so dude, I got to ask you, like, how was it? And he was like, well, I mean, it wasn't as bad. Like, I was just kind of, in and out of there. It didn't take too long. But the worst thing about it was when they were cauterizing me, I could smell my own nut burning.
Oh,
I was like, oh.
oh God.
I was like, all right, that's all I need to know.
Yeah, I know people that have had it done.
Yeah. Whew. Man. Yeah. Who would you sue? Yourself?
Or would like the Doctors Association sue you? Hot dogs.
I know.
No. Just a snip in. Yeah.
Just a good old boy.
Just
Never
like
meaning
turning
no
off the water
harm.
balloon.
Wanna snip off my own balls. Oh my goodness.
So
I don't
weird.
know, man. I mean,
Horrible.
maybe he didn't want somebody else snipping around his balls. Maybe he just thought, hey, I'll just save a bunch of money and do it myself.
Or I
DIY.
could do it better.
Yeah.
Like, why am I gonna go have somebody else funnel my balls when I can just do it myself in the comfort of my own chair?
Comfort of my own chair. I'm familiar with them. I know what they feel like. They're familiar with me.
He knows his pain levels.
Stranger's not going to be, flicking my biscuits down there.
Warming his hands up first.
We're going to have a little drink, smoke a cigarette afterwards.
That's crazy. But I mean, so what? They didn't say what the wife thought of it, though.
Hi, honey, I got you a present. I did my own vasectomy this afternoon at the office.
Woohoo! I'm sick of popping out kids. Like, good
Yeah,
for,
really.
Yay. I don't
You
want
rub some lotion on them.
Or like we do the cattle, you just snip, cut, plop them out, the whole ball out, and then you spray the antiseptic in the spot. That's it.
Gnarly.
So gnarly, so horrible. And then people would line up to eat them later.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Go oysters.
I mean, who sits around and goes, hey, what do you want to have for dinner tonight? I don't know. I feel like some bull testicles. How does that sound to you? Oh, yeah, sounds good.
Or as you're stomping around in, like, cow shit, they're screaming because they're getting put through chutes. They're getting neutered and branded at the same time, depending on the age. You're smelling burnt hair, burnt flesh. They're screaming. It's a horrible situation. Oh no, it's the tumors that would plop out the side. You cut, and then the tumor plops out. The neutering was a snip, snip, and a spray and all that. I was thinking when we pulled it out. Oh no, they did. They plopped the balls out. That's right. Yeah, like the tumors. But people are like, oh, I can't wait for later. I can't wait for the barbecue later. Like, you're really thinking about food right now during this horrible situation.
Look at these. These are nice and fat.
Eating within that bucket. That bucket of balls that's been sitting there all day in the sun with flies around it.
We gonna eat us some balls for dinner.
That should be against some sort of like a male unspoken thing that no male shall kick another male in the balls, just for the hell of it, or in a fight, unless you're fighting for your life. And certainly not eat another male's balls.
It'd be like, what's his name? I'm gonna have some nice balls with a Chianti. Sauteed testicles with a nice Chianti.
It's a nice. Oh yeah, prairie oysters.
Prairie oysters. I'm gonna pass. Yeah. I mean, I know, like a lot of Native Americans, like, if they killed an animal, they would eat everything. They would use everything, the bones, the fur, the balls, everything.
No part was wasted.
And I mean, if you're going to kill an animal, that's the way it should be, shouldn't be wasteful. But just sitting down and eating a bowl of balls is just not my cup of tea.
Like chicken nuggets.
I'd rather eat a ribeye than a nut. I've tried eating liver and all that, and we've been through that. That's just a big hell no for me.
Yeah, no.
I told you I made lamb steaks, and that was like the third or fourth time I've tried lamb, and I'm just not a lamb person. That, or I just don't know how to cook it. I don't know. It was after we ate it, Darcy said, I'd rather eat liver than more lamb. And I'm like, oh God, no. I'd rather shoot my big toe off than eat more liver. Well, here we go. Your other one is up. Lamb was bad. Bad. Yeah, I did not like lamb. I don't know. Darcy said, I said, what does it taste like to you? And I, have these nice lamb steaks. They look great, if you're a meat eater. But man, I was like, what does it taste like to you? And she's like, it tastes like a cross between a steak and a bad fish. I was like, yep, I'm not going to eat this anymore. I ate it because I didn't want to waste it, but dog like.
There's still two more. I had to add the other one because I thought it was like, could not believe the kid did that.
Oh, there's another one?
There's two, yeah, the kid and then the hairball.
Okay, this is hairball.
All right, everybody, graphic. If you don't want to see graphic, don't look at this clip.
Speaking of steaks, boom, hairball. Kind of almost looks like a big black nut.
My strange addiction. Woman addicted to eating her own hair has giant hairball with tail removed from her stomach. A woman who is addicted to pulling out and eating her own hair had a giant hairball measuring 15 centimeters removed from her stomach. The 38-year-old, who was suffering from nausea, vomiting, and an extremely swollen abdomen when she arrived at the hospital in the U.S., had suffered dramatic weight loss, losing 15 pounds over the previous 8 months after she lost her appetite. The unnamed woman was rushed into surgery where a giant hairball was found lodged in her digestive tract with a small tail of hair trailing into her intestines and a second 4-centimeter hairball nestled deeper in her bowel. She was found to be suffering from the rare Rapunzel syndrome, which has only ever been documented 88 times in medical literature. The syndrome is caused by a disorder that causes a patient to develop an irresistible urge to pull out their own hair and sometimes eat it. Named after the long-haired Rapunzel from the fairy tale, it's extremely uncommon, but can cause potentially deadly side effects and complications as hair becomes lodged in the sufferer's stomach. Typical symptoms include nausea, vomiting, altered bowel habits, abdominal distension, and weight loss. Complications can be severe and include bowel obstruction, bowel perforation, intestinal bleeding, anemia, weight loss, and appendicitis. Surgeons removed both hairballs from the woman, and she was released from the hospital after 6 days with recommendations to seek psychological therapy. She was also treated for malnutrition and advised to eat food high in proteins, such as eggs and chicken breast, and a daily iron supplement. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't eat your own hair.
Yeah. I'm going to pass on hair and nuts and liver.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to say what it looks like to me.
I don't know that I've ever tried tongue yet.
That will never happen.
No.
Hair today, gone tomorrow. Okay. Oh, God. Okay, well, just close this. I don't need to read all that. Okay, so I have like this much room in the article to read. This is so messed up. He totally narked his dad off. What happened to the picture?
I'm trying to get it here.
Oh, I
go.
thought I clicked it off.
Oh,
I
did
thought
you?
I seen it. I thought I clicked it. Yeah.
No,
A 10-year-old boy reprimanded by his father for not completing his homework took revenge on his parent by calling the police and telling them that his father was hiding forbidden drugs. The bizarre incident took place earlier this month in in a country in China, whatever country, after being severely scolded by his father for not completing his homework on time. A 10-year-old boy stormed out of the house and went straight to a nearby store and asked if he could use the phone. The fifth grader dialed 110, China's emergency number, and asked to speak to the police, claiming he had proof his father was concealing poppy shells, considered an illegal drug at home. See, even kids like there know what's like a bad drug at that age.
Yeah.
Then he waited calmly for the police to arrive and let them in the home so they could conduct a search and confirm his story. My space to read is even smaller now. During their search, the police found 8 dried poppy shells on the balcony of the boy's home, and the boy's father admitted to buying them, but added he only planned to use them for medicinal purposes. He expressed regret about breaking the law, which classifies poppy shells as a dangerous drug, but insisted he did so unknowingly. The police took the evidence and the suspect to a nearby station and have since passed on the case to the Anti-Narcotics Brigade. Chinese police is using this unusual case to once again remind the public that it is legal to grow or possess poppy husks without permission, and violators will face criminal penalties. Although dried husks do have medicinal value, as they can ease pain, assist sleep, and reduce stress, the fact remains that their cultivation and possession are illegal as they are associated with the production of opium, a drug that once brought China to its knees. You're probably wondering what happened to the 10-year-old boy after this stunt. We are too, but Chinese media doesn't seem to have an answer. He probably never imagined he risked sending his father to prison out of anger, but here we are. So I think that is it. Curious what happened to the boy. Scary things happen out there.
Yeah.
Hopefully the boy is okay. But I bet he will never do that again if he's still okay.
Yeah, I always see these videos, you know, some like domestic abuse thing or something going on. You know, is there anything you need to get out of the house? I just want to get my drugs out of there and I'm going to leave. It's like, really? You just told the police that, huh?
Yeah.
Obviously, you're taking too many if you're telling the police that you need to get your drugs out of the house. Yeah. No, I don't have it. I got to get back to doing Crystal of the Week videos. I was like sorting to getting behind on them. What crystal did you get? Hanging by his shirt on a meat hook, exactly.
Who got a crystal? Oh, Zariana got a crystal.
No video games for you tonight, you little shit. Turning your dad in. So that we're throwing the PS5 out the 5th balcony window. Yeah, what kind of crystal has made its way to you? That's what I always say. I never go in the store to buy a crystal. I just end up getting one.
Bracelet. It's the one that matches my ring.
Yeah, you got some.
Matches the ring. And then this one is awesome, but I can't remember the name of it. And you can really see it. It came with an extra one too. They gave an extra one in case Robert. Where'd she go? Oh, it came with an extra one in case it snapped and I lost one. And it came with a little jar of turquoise to string if I wanted. Like a little jar of turquoise.
Does anybody else get any new crystals? I haven't gotten a new crystal here lately.
Neither have I. Mine's been pretty much, I've been getting like some bracelets. Like I got the selenite one a couple months ago.
Uh-huh.
The ones I like the most on my, and then this pink one I don't remember the name of. My favorite ones I like to have around me. I decided I need to be able to wear them at the same time too.
Yep.
Extra energy. I figured Wonder Woman grabs the power of the crystals around me.
There you go. Black onyx, carnelian, and red jasper. There you go.
I really need to get a grinding wheel so I can fix all my little crystals that have the broken ends so I can like make them flat and clean them because I've got all those ones I mine that are so awesome that are specialty phantom ones that are half smoky, half amethyst with citrine, everything in it. But I don't have the tools to make them look pretty.
I still have the ones I always wear.
Yeah.
I got a what's the other one? Brain fart. That's the one. The black stuff. Shungite. I got one of those.
My sister, oh no, she got sodalite. She just got a bracelet the other day. And it was sodalite, the blue one.
Yeah, this blue one is lapis lazuli with moonstone and a bone bead.
Good combo.
And the other one is lapis lazuli. It's a red, white, and blue one. Lapis lazuli. The white is
Halite?
halite, and the red is
Jasper?
a what?
Jasper?
Yeah, it's like a dyed jasper. This is pretty red.
Is it more or oh, it's like really red.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Carnelian is one of my favorites. I love carnelian.
Yeah.
Those are like my good feeling crystals. I like to put together the oranges and the yellows and some of the blues when I'm in a mood. And then sometimes I like to mix the pinks with the light ocean blues and the purples. Yeah. And that kind of hits the heart chakra a little bit. It makes like the happiness.
Yeah.
And then the darker side, you know, like the protection arm and the happy heart healing arm and the protection arm. Except the rose quartz on this side to balance it out. And always have my selenite. I know, it just feels so good having it on. And I like to go like this, just like rub all the power into my hands. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I love rubbing all at once. It's awesome, though, that my sister's into it now. It's like something she never, ever thought about before.
Yeah, that is
She's got
cool.
a very beautiful mind. I was never spiritual like that. So it's hella cool that we have that in common now. She sends me like her pictures of her rocks and I
Yeah.
get her stuff now. It's easy. Like I got her a heart because orange is her favorite color. So for Christmas last year, it was like a little heart polished carnelian necklace.
What crystal is on your wish list?
On whose?
Yours, anybody's. I just asked the ghost box that too.
I still want to get like a bigger one. I still want to get like a spear of one of these. The Search the Sea. But it's like $75, I think, for like one of this big spear. And I still want to get like a bigger one.
I asked the SBI to what crystal is on your wish list. They said understood. Amethyst.
It said amethyst.
It actually did.
Oh my.
It's the first good answer I've got out of that.
It's a little funny because I have been thinking about amethyst lately and how because like I wear this one a lot, the moon, because it's that, but I don't really have wear too many amethyst bracelets except for the chakra one that's got like a half little chunk amethyst around it. But I thought, I need to be wearing more amethyst on my wrists.
Yeah.
Though I do have 2 amethyst rings I always wear. You said crystal, said amethyst. That makes me think about that AI bot thing. So ask it what your last crystal was that you got.
Can you tell me what the last crystal I got was? Can you tell me what the last crystal I got was? Now the button's not working.
Ask it what crystal you want.
Can you tell me what the last crystal I got was? There, that worked. See if it says anything.
Put a picture of it on the comment part of the video on my page. But this is the one I'm wearing now.
Uh-huh.
However you say it. Oh yeah, I love the skulls. My labradorite skull is only a little tiny labradorite skull carved base with like a flat back or to be used for like jewelry or something. And then I only have 2 3D skulls, which is a quartz crystal clear one, and then my Euperlite one, the flame agate or flame stone. Chrysocolla. Ah, thank you very much. They have a very nice chrysocolla sphere that's about this size on my rhyolite, however you say it, one. And it's like $70, but I like it because like even with these little ones, everyone is like something different when you look into it.
Yeah.
And she was saying about her sodalite one, she's like they're like little globes, and like everyone has like something different when you're just sitting there looking at them. So it's like rosaries. You just kind of twirl them around and look at each little bead. We all love rocks.
I know I did a video on Peter's site. I'm looking for it.
Bar site. That's what you got. Is it Rihanna? Ooh, healing, protection, and joy. Anxiety, stress, and fear. Improves your blood circulation. Oh, you're not sure if you have one? It's the green. Yeah, these provoke protection. It's a rare mineral related to turquoise, but doesn't contain copper. It's primarily found in Utah.
Which one is that? Carnelian?
Which one?
That you were just talking about.
That was that Varsa word.
Okay.
Is said right here. I have a labradorite bracelet right here. It looks like ones I make, but I did not make this one.
Yeah, I don't know where I find like every other video I've done except that one. I know I've done them on it.
I can't remember the name of that pink one that I wear. I got it for Christmas.
No, it hasn't. Oh, it did. I asked it what the last crystal I got was, and it said amber.
Really?
That
So
wasn't
it's
the
giving
last.
you crystal. So it's giving you crystal names again. That's making me think about like Siri mixed with AI mixed with, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like chatbot. Because it knows like where to grab, but or like what kind of thing you're asking about. And the more it knows you, the more it's able to learn you.
What is my favorite crystal? Let's see what that says.
I don't even know what your favorite is unless it's Moldavite. I don't know what your favorite is. I forgot. That's horrible. I forgot your favorite.
Don't know that I've ever said. Yeah, I got a nice. Yeah, me too, Azariana. I like both of those. I got a nice amber snake a while back. That's a pretty good sized chunk of amber.
Oh, you did get an amber. Oh, so maybe because first you asked what the last crystal was you got, and then we said what your favorite was, but you did get an amber
This
crystal.
is, I don't know what's going on. The sound's not working, but it answered my question, and it is one of my favorites just because of the color alone. What's
Is
my
it
favorite?
orange?
No,
Amethyst?
amethyst.
Oh,
Just because I dig that purple.
so it said amethyst twice.
Yep.
And as we're talking about crystals, that's really cool. I don't know why I can't find my bracelet. Oh, maybe it came from Etsy.
Well, here's a good one. What was the last crystal skull I got? But answer
Yeah,
this
because
one.
that's not something that it would be able to know. Unless it got into your buying stuff and it's looking at what you bought.
Yeah, I didn't buy it online though.
So there you go. Can you look up everything you bought on Etsy in a spot? Like my orders or something.
Should be able to. I haven't seen a labradorite snake. That sounds cool though. Yeah, I have seen blue amber, and then it is pretty awesome. Says, what was the last crystal skull I got? And it said sapphire. Wrong.
Okay. Ask it what is one of my favorite crystals to have all around my room for cleansing.
What is one of Jamie's favorite crystals to have all around her room for cleansing?
Oh yeah, the Vimonite. I forgot about that.
Yeah, the year of the snake. I got a snake, man.
I am a snake. Right.
It says selenite.
Shut up! Are you shitting me? Shut up.
I'm fucking serious.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Are you fucking kidding me? No fucking way. There's no way for it to know that. I was going to say one I mentioned earlier, but
Yeah.
that's what I said for
What
cleansing.
is one of
like you were
Jamie's
trying to
favorite
know by
crystals?
clue what I'm talking about.
Yep. That's pretty fucking weird.
Whoa. And it's not connected to me or any of my IP or any of my stuff. So it does, and even if it knew what I had just bought, buy and all that, I have a whole bunch of different things. Okay. All right now. Okay.
That was pretty. That was
some
my
props now.
answers.
That's
My answers were good, but yours was freaking spot on.
that is as because like amethyst is a common stone,
Yeah. Yeah.
that is as specific as you can get
Yeah.
from another end.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we are going to, when we do the thing with our ITC session and we run a couple apps, what we have to do is, like I said, run. That's a good one to run in conjunction because it doesn't give the long sentences. And this is how, you debunk and figure stuff out. But since it doesn't give complete, but if you have it going alongside of other equipment, if it says a specific word that came out on something else, it's just like double validation.
Yeah.
Debbie, I told you all, you're right. Not all the planets are, I think it was like 6 planets. And they say it can't be all because something to do with Earth and the orbit, and one of them won't, yada yada. This is fucking crazy. That's awesome.
There's one of
Love
James'
it.
favorite crystals they have all around the room for cleaning. Selenite.
Yeah, that's what he was saying, that he's hoping to have like longer replies pretty soon. Okay, so ask it. Oh, something about what you did today or about your hobby. So it has to say like one of those words that's not like a normal word. Unless you can think of something better. Oh, it's already 11:03. This is just then a taste. Like, we're definitely playing with this one when we do our experiment next week.
What was I working on that was broken today? Got that one wrong. It said bracelet.
We're talking about bracelets.
Yeah.
See, because again, it's like something that we are, talking about and doing, and it's like how the questions come across or how it's being interpreted. Maybe I thought when you said working on.
Yeah. What was I working on today that broke down last night? Yeah, it's totally not the way to use this app, but we're doing it anyways.
Well, it's how you kind of you got to figure out the kinks.
Yeah, Barry, this is the SPI paranormal app. This is necklace.
Necklace?
Yeah.
I was doing this earlier. I love my selenite necklace. But that could be a reach. What holiday is today? Do you know what today's holiday is? That involves firecrackers and snakes, Mike?
Do you know what today's holiday is?
See, again, then I'm going back to where I think it can look something up. I like the ones where I know for a fact it's not grabbing it from somewhere.
The one about your crystals.
That was the validation I needed.
Pretty mind blowing.
Yeah, that was the type of validation I needed to like get away the other thought. Or can you tell me what this is sitting behind me that I'm petting?
What's sitting behind Jamie that she's petting? Didn't get that one. What is sitting behind Jamie that she is petting? There we go.
Cat.
Fucking
Shut
cat.
up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! I heard it say it!
You heard it?
Oh my god!
Yeah. Cat. Now it says nightmare after that.
Oh, I've been having shitty nightmares and the cats have been in it.
Wow.
That's crazy. I heard like I thought there's no ways if anything is gonna say dog is what I was thinking.
Yep.
I love it. Sorry, food. Screenshot that. That's fucking crazy. I gotta clip this out. And show Sean Austin. Because I was not expecting it. See, no matter how many times we do this shit, it still gets exciting like the first time.
Yeah.
That's why it's so fun. Oh, he's planning on putting it, I think, on. I thought the other one too, though. That's great. Set it out. I thought, what? I knew for a fact. Like, he's like, cat. All right. And it's doing it from a whole other end. Like, this isn't even in your room where the app is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's going to come out with it on Android if I read right. Okay, can you tell me what did I spend all day dealing with back and forth? Both of them. That I had to keep fixing. And then I'm worried about. That was the nightmare part. Pisses me off though. Send that to me. Oh, 11. You can tell us what time it is if you want. Yeah, Rob's got to ask it.
What was Jamie working on all day today?
Mm-mm.
No?
Yesterday, all day. What was it that I had to keep going back and forth working on?
What was Jamie working on all day yesterday? Had to keep going back and forwards. art?
No,
No.
it's some art type stuff, but that's not what my whole day was made of. It was fixing the same thing Rob was fixing,
Yeah.
but I had two different ones.
Painting.
That's his painting.
Nothing to do with painting.
Mm-mm. Well, anyways, I'm pretty stoked with the answer. Two answers.
Oh my god. That was fun.
What time do I pick Darcy up from work tonight or this morning?
Oh wow.
Hasn't answered that yet.
I guess I'm going to be picking that one up myself too.
Yeah.
Thank you, spirits, for helping us work
Oh, it's
out
pretty
the
damn close. Just answered it. I got to pick her up at 4:30, and at 4:30 a.m. and it says 5. I'm gonna
So
shit
it's
if
giving
she
you an
calls me.
actual number now.
I'm gonna shit if she calls me and says, "Hey, I'm gonna be 30 minutes late."
Oh my goodness. But it's crazy you asked a time and it's giving you a number.
Yeah.
I mean, because you think about AI, if you say petting, it's going to think the AI, what do you pet? You pet a cat, a dog, a rabbit, blah, blah, blah. Happy to be, I pet a cat, but I'm not one that believes in coincidences much. When you go through a whole thing of crystals, if you're asking about a crystal, so many crystals, so many, and to be specific as selenite, and that's the exact one.
Yeah.
That's less likely that it's just, almost like a cold set read,
Yeah.
That will be a trip.
What is this that I'm playing right now?
A song? Right on. That's pretty cool because you didn't ask what instrument. You said, what am I doing? Like, what am I playing? You are playing a kind of a song.
Yeah. What am I playing the song on? Wants to run a clean my Mac thing right now. No, it's not a good time to do it. Well, anyways, I guess that'll about wrap us up. Hasn't answered this one yet, but oh, that's because it didn't record it right.
Oh.
What am I playing the song on? Will it get the instrument right? Well, yeah, I guess you guys have a good week, rest of the week, and we'll be back again for another episode of this Weirdo Wednesday thing. And yeah, maybe we'll do, we'll ask about the missing hiker next week.
Yeah.
Just ask it real quick, one question. Do you know the name of the missing hiker that we were talking about earlier?
It seems to take like a couple minutes or so, and then
Yeah. It was weird. It just made a noise, but it didn't answer.
Ethan.
It says Ethan. Don't know who Ethan is.
or ask if they know where the missing hiker and say his name is.
Do you know where the missing hiker Kenny Veach is? Do you know where the missing hiker Kenny Veach is? There we go. Thought I said beach. No.
Wow, but it still answered you.
Yeah. Is there such a thing as the M cave? Is it real? Is there such a thing as the M
Yes.
cave? Yes. That was right away.
It was.
Is it a secret entrance to Area 51?
Yes.
Yes. Did they take Kenny to Area 51?
Unknown.
Unknown.
Wow.
Are the Men in Black real? Says listening, but hasn't answered.
Yes.
Okay, until now. So the Men in Black are real. Are aliens real?
Yes.
Aliens are real too, apparently. Well, there you go. There you have it. Men in Black are real. Aliens are real. Don't know about Area 51, but there is a secret entrance. You heard it here first on Weird Wednesday. And we will talk to you next time, I suppose. Maybe see you Sunday for Paranormal Soup. I got no idea what's going on. But
Yeah, I
other
don't
than
know.
that, what's that?
I don't know what's going on next Sunday.
We'll catch y'all later for another episode of Weird Wednesday. And we'll do Voices from Beyond next week. Alrighty.
Mhm.
We'll catch you then. Thanks for hanging out with us. Late night here on Wednesday for me, 2:26 a.m. According to the SPI box here.
And
I
I'm in
got
the
to
past.
Darcy up at 5.
Oh yeah, you got to tell me this morning.
Yep. Make sure she hasn't texted me already.
Mhm. That will be great. If that's true. I mean, not for you, but in this case, I think an extra half hour to have given you something like that, you would take it.
Yep. Don't know yet, but I'll find out in another couple hours. All right.
All right. Nighty night.
Nighty night. Catch y'all next time.
Have a ghoulish dream.
Oh, yes.
Scary.